Hey, this is Ina in with you in the fight back. Alright, after talking with Yuri, my anarchist friend, and some other friends on the necessity of social change, and especially with Yuri, I proposed the question to him, what concrete actions should revolutionaries take at this time? And he sarcastically answered me that we should write papers and write to the editor, and another friend said that we should, attend conferences. And his answer made me think of a major trend on the US and the European left in general called academic Marxism. Academic Marxism could be simply defined as professors and other associated academics who profess some sort of allegiance to Marxism. Academic Marxism, though, is also divorced from the class struggle and separated from politics. These academic Marxists tend to write theory for theory's sake. They often write in obscure language that is only understood by the smallest few. And I think I don't have to name them. You can probably figure out who I'm speaking of. And if you can understand academic Marxist theory, it generally has no relation to anything in real life. This type of theory is just something discussed exclusively at academic conferences and in journals. Many academic Marxists try to improve or update Marxist theory with the latest trends in the academy, such as postmodernism. This often results in Marxism losing its revolutionary edge or ultimately being rejected wholesale for some sort of post-Marxism. This type of new synthesis is merely done at the level of theory and doesn't relate to practice. This brand of Marxism is acceptable to society and the bourgeoisie to a certain degree because it doesn't change anything in society. This, and this video is not meant to be anti-intellectual or against the academy or for some narrow brand of workerism. Just let me elaborate. I've personally been through the academy for a bachelor's and a master's degree. I can attest that there's a great deal of value in academia. For example, many have been exposed to radical and Marxist ideas by their professors. In the academy, your mind is often widened and you gain a thirst for knowledge. There's nothing wrong with that at all. And sometimes academia may be where Marxists do their work to a large degree, especially when there's an apparent downturn in the class struggle. During these periods, you may just read and study. And even when the class struggle enters an upturn, you may need to further read and study in order to grasp what's going on. You may write, you may spend your time in a library, and this is precisely what Karl Marx did when he was writing Das Kapital. Just to go on a slight tangent, Marx's Capital is a difficult work to read. It is trying and you'll want to give up 1,000 times. Indeed, the mastering of new and difficult concepts is often a challenge to grasp, but you need to tackle Capital and other works in order to develop yourself and prepare for the class struggle. You don't have to be an academic with critical thinking skills to read and understand Capital, although it can be an asset. Yet the skeptical viewer may wonder, what is the difference between what Marx did in preparing Capital and the activities of academic Marxists? Simple. Marx was a great theorist who was involved in the practical reality of class struggle. Marx recognized that theory must be related to practice just as practice is related to theory. Marx wrote Capital for workers who could understand it if they took the time to study. He knew that understanding Capital would help in the class struggle. That was absolutely true. Now, academics, even if they are Marxists, have to do academic work and writing. They have to attend conferences with other academics. Personally, I enjoy doing academic work to a large degree. There's nothing inherently wrong with that. However, academic work should be should not be all that a Marxist in academia does. You should be involved in the class struggle in some fashion, whether in a party, activist campaign, or some other form of activism. There are many Marxist theorists and historians and others, past and present, who do valuable academic work and are involved in the class struggle. To give some examples, Marx was trained for academic work, although he did not obtain a post in a university. Other radicals such as George Lukács, Pierre Brault, Noam Chomsky, David Harvey, Norman Finkelstein, Edward Thompson, Alexander Kalkinos, and Donny Gluckenstein, the last two both members of the British Socialist Workers' Party, have done fantastic academic work while being immersed in the class struggle. Just as action for action's sake a focus only on the day-to-day without theory is aimless, so theory without practice is sterile. This is Ina saying until next time.